So we can
Recording in
start
progress.
we can start from this nutrition chapter. Do you have any idea about this?
Hello, excuse me. I'm father of Muhammad Rohan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Assalamualaikum.
okay. Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. My concern is this one is we need to start from the first chapter like this one is okay.
Yeah, he was saying that he want to do the reversible reaction for chemistry. That's why I was. Otherwise, I was intended to do the first chapter. He said he want to do
Yeah,
that. You can stop the record.
yeah. Because chemistry you
Six of the living
Recording in
organisms.
progress.
sorry again.
I'm saying what are the basic characteristics of a living organism, like on which basis we say anything that this is a living thing, a living organism.
It has the five.
It is mentioned on the slide. The living
It
organisms.
excretes
The characteristics.
their waste, respires, like they move, reproduce, grow, and develop.
Yes, these are the basic things which are present in the living organism that they can respire. The first thing is that they require nutrition, they respire, they excrete their waste, and they move. They control their internal conditions as well. They control how we control our internal conditions. When there is extreme hot conditions outside, so there is sweating in our body and
Yeah,
we need more water to drink. And in winters, we drink less water. Why? Because we don't feel thirsty in the winters. So this is how we
yeah.
respond, how our body respond to the external conditions. Okay, and
Mhm.
then you have the screen is stuck. No, not stuck. Wait a minute. Yes. Then we discussed that there are approximately 1.54 million species which are being described right now, and some are not identified by this stage. And this was the numbers I told you. Yeah, I was telling you one more thing that about different groups. If you remember, what were those groups of the
Uh,
organisms? Five kingdom classification. You remember that?
uh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I I do remember that. It was first of all the
Mm-hmm.
like the kingdom.
No,
No,
in five kingdom classification, I am asking about the how organisms are arranged on the basis of their complexity. Like if one organism is less complex, okay, it's a simple organism, just like bacteria. And we human beings are complex. How you have different groups? Five kingdom classification system. Like
I
I
don't
told you
remember.
that there is kingdom Monera, the first one. Then I told you kingdom Protista.
Yeah,
Then
yeah.
fungi.
Kingdom,
Hmm.
yeah, fungi and then
Then Plantae, and then Animalia. So there are five major groups. What are those? Firstly, Monera. Kingdom Monera is there.
Monera.
Okay, yes. Then there was Protista. Let me write it. You can,
Yeah.
I can write it over there. Over there.
So Monera, Protista, fungi, Plantae,
Yes,
and Animalia.
yes. And what are the organisms in this? You have Monera, right? In Monera, I told you about the bacteria. Like bacteria is the simplest one,
Yeah,
right? Then you have kingdom Protista, right? And in the Protista, you have
yeah, yeah.
maybe amoebas over there. Yes. Then you
The
have kingdom fungi in
Monia,
that. hmm
fungi.
You know any organism in the kingdom fungi?
Like
Hmm?
yeast, mushrooms,
Yes, mushrooms.
yeast,
Yes. Then kingdom plantae. In kingdom
and
plantae, you have
plants,
plants. Yes, the plants. And then animals,
and
animalia.
Animalia.
Yes, Animalia, Kingdom Animalia, in which you have animals. These are the five basic groups, five kingdom. This is known as five kingdom classification. Okay, this is five kingdom classification. Basically, we have categorized them in this five kingdoms on the basis
Yeah.
of the complexity. Okay, on the basis of complexity, how we are saying that going downward, the complexity will increase. So the kingdom monera, the organism in the kingdom monera are the simplest one, and these are the ancient ones. You know, in ancient times, according to biology, they say that the first most abundant organism was bacteria, and that was from the kingdom Monera, and it was the simplest organism. And then they said that according to the biologist, that there is complexity, and then there was formation of different organisms, just like amoeba. Then the complexity increased, and you have fungi. Then complexity increased, and you got the plants, and then there is kingdom animalia. This is the concept of biology does, but we Muslims believe that the human beings, they were the first creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and they are not originated from any other thing. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created human beings in the similar way. Okay, and yes, so this is the basic thing of kingdoms. Now, moving forward, yeah, they have mentioned about the what are the characteristics of living organisms we have discussed earlier. What are those?
That
Mm-hmm.
uh, it has a respiration,
Hmm.
growth, it
Hmm.
excretes,
Hmm. Yes. Respiration growth, they can excrete, they can have
respires.
movement. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So these are the basic things. Movement, respiration, sensitivity. Sensitivity means how our body, in condition of our body, react according to the external environment. This is known as sensitivity. Then there is growth, there is reproduction. You know the difference between growth and reproduction?
Uh, Reproduction is like a person that is born, and
Hmm.
growth is like where you grow up, like
Yes,
your body
exactly.
grow.
Growth is the development of your organs. Okay, it is you are developing from the early age to the adult age and the from childhood to the adulthood. Reproduction means a new generation. From the previous generation, there is reproduction of a new generation. These are two different things. Then there is excretion and nutrition. These all are the some of the most important characteristics present in the living organism. Now they have mentioned about the movement. You know, most of the single cell creatures and large animals move about as a whole. Like for example, this one. If you see this, what is this?
Uh,
Hmm.
it's like a fun.
This is just like an amoeba.
No, like a cell.
Yeah, it's just like a cell, you can consider it. So they are saying that single cell creatures as well as the large animals, they move as a whole. What does it mean? Like when we move, it's not the case that our hand is at one position and you are moving with your legs and your hand are left behind. It is not the case. We move as a whole. And similarly, single cell creatures also move as a whole. So this is the point here. And then fungi and plants, they make movement with part of their body. You know, the plants, when they grow, their roots and their shoots, they have different growths. It is not the case that overall you see that plant has a complete, as a whole, the plant is having all the things of equal height. All the parts of the plant are of not equal height. Their height is different. Why? Because the growth of different parts is different. But when we talk about the animals and when we talk about the single cell creatures, we say that they move as a whole. But when we talk about the fungi and plants, they can move their body part. It is not the case that they need to move as a whole. Are you getting my point? Just
Hmm.
like the plants,
Yeah.
when we talk about the plants. Okay. Movement does not necessarily involve locomotion. And yeah, this is important. They have mentioned movement does not necessarily involve locomotion. Movement of an organism from place to place. The difference
Alright.
between movement and locomotion is that movement is just like you are moving your hands. You are at your position and you are moving
Yeah,
your hands or you are moving your legs. That is movement. Locomotion is what? That you are sitting at one place and you go to another room. That is known as locomotion. So these are two different things. Okay? Movement and locomotion are two different things. So this is what we have discussed over here, that fungi and plants can move their body parts, can move their body parts,
Yeah.
and they cannot move as a whole. The fungi can move, but the single cell creatures and large animals, they can move as a whole. Clear? Are you clear with this slide? The movement part. Basically, we
yeah,
are discussing the characteristics individually. Now we are discussing the respiration. The second
Mhm.
characteristic is respiration. You know about this, right? This is the basic thing we do in grade 6, maybe,
yeah,
or grade 5. What is this? Respiration.
yeah. It's where like the organisms needs like obtain energy and oxygen.
Hmm. They
It's like,
need,
like breathing.
uh yes, breathing. In breathing, actually, there are two things. In breathing, when we take about the breathing and when we take about the respiration, these are two different things. Firstly, they have mentioned all the living organisms break down food to obtain energy. Most organisms need oxygen for this. Whenever we are eating something, and those things, like let's say you have taken a carbohydrate, okay? You have taken a carbohydrate, you have intake of the carbohydrate. But that carbohydrate, that glucose molecule cannot give you direct energy. How you can get energy? Your body will convert that glucose into ATP, okay? That is a molecule, ATP, and from that ATP your body will get energy. So they are mentioning
Mhm.
here, to convert that glucose into ATP, your body needs oxygen. Okay, that's why we breathe. We have respiration. This is known as aerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration
Yeah.
means that many of the chemical reactions in our body, they need oxygen. Okay, they need oxygen for
Yeah.
respiration process. Okay, and there are some of the
Yeah.
chemical processes as well in our body. Those processes don't need oxygen, so those processes will be known as will be done by anaerobic respiration. Okay, respiration
Mhm.
simply means chemical reaction. Okay, you have two different things in respiration. Firstly, respiration is related to the chemical reaction that is happening in the body. So we say
Yeah.
that whenever you get a food, to digest that food and to convert that food into, not for digestion, to convert that glucose into ATP, into its useful form, you need oxygen. Okay, that is aerobic
Mhm.
respiration. And there are some reactions in which oxygen is not needed. So those reactions will be known as anaerobic respiration. Clear?
Okay.
This is
Yeah.
first example. Like you have, for example, you have taken bread, maybe, and in that bread there was glucose, there was carbohydrate, there was glucose. Firstly, your stomach digested that bread, okay, and then you got the glucose. Now there is need to convert that glucose into the ATP. Okay, let me write it over here. I'm saying you have, for example, you have intake of carbohydrate, any type of carbohydrate. Maybe you have taken a bread, okay,
Mhm.
and your stomach will digest it. Okay, your stomach will digest it, and after digestion in stomach, what will be there? There will be glucose. Okay,
Mhm.
but remember one thing, that your blood cannot get energy from glucose directly, because glucose is a bigger molecule as compared to the your cells and your tissues. So what is needed? It is needed to convert this glucose into useful form. So our body convert glucose into ATP. Okay, ATP. For this, For this reaction, you need oxygen. Okay, this is what they have mentioned. ATP is adenosine triphosphate molecule. Clear?
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that when your body digests your food and you get glucose, that glucose cannot be used up directly in your body. Your body need to convert glucose into useful ATP form. Okay, it need to convert it to useful ATP form. For that, oxygen is needed, and that is why this process is known as aerobic respiration. Aerobic means aerobic from air. Air means oxygen. Okay, this is aerobic respiration. Clear? And sometimes
Yeah.
your body is not using oxygen. Okay, it has glucose, and that glucose is directly converting into ATP without using oxygen. You know what, when this happens, normally this happens. Normally, in normal conditions, like I am talking and you are listening, there is aerobic respiration happening in our body. But whenever there is emergency situation or whenever someone is doing extra physical activities, in that case, your oxygen demand increases in the body, but your oxygen intake is less. You see, whenever there is emergency situation, whenever, like for example, you are running, okay, and your breathing rate will increase. Why your breathing rate will increase? Because when you are running, you need more glucose, your cell need more energy, you need more glucose to be converted into ATP, right? In
Yeah.
any extra physical activity, your body needs more energy. For that, your body will convert this glucose into ATP. Sometimes, like in the muscular activities, when your muscles are being used, there is anaerobic respiration as well because your muscles need energy, but you have less oxygen
Yeah.
available. So what will happen? There will be anaerobic respiration that will occur in your body. Are you getting my point? What I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, can you tell me the difference between aerobic and anaerobic respiration?
Aerobic has like oxygen, and anaerobic has no oxygen.
The reaction aerobic, whenever you have a question like this, aerobic respiration, you will say it is that type of chemical reaction in our body in which oxygen is needed to convert glucose into ATP. Aerobic respiration is the process in which glucose is converted into ATP by using oxygen. Okay,
Okay.
I again I am repeating. Aerobic respiration is the process in which glucose is converted into ATP by using oxygen.
Okay.
Okay. And anaerobic respiration, it is that chemical reaction in which you get ATP without using oxygen. Clear?
Okay.
So this they have mentioned in this
But,
slide. Hmm?
but by the way, the ATP, what is trisophic?
That is that is an energy molecule. Okay. The ATP molecule, when
Uh,
we talk about the ATP, you know, just like we have currency in our countries to
yeah.
do something, to buy something. Similarly,
Yeah.
I told you that there is glucose, but your blood, your cells cannot directly get energy from the glucose. Okay, your cells cannot get energy directly from the glucose. What is needed? You need to convert this glucose into ATP.
It.
Okay, now this
Mhm.
ATP is adenosine. Adenosine is a sugar. This whole
Yeah.
molecule is known as adenosine triphosphate. You have, and let's say this is adenosine sugar. I can show you the ATP molecule diagram of the ATP molecule. Wait a minute.
Okay.
Okay, this one. Now, if you see this, what is over here? Let me copy this and we can edit this. Yeah. If you see this, you have this sugar, okay, in it. There is a sugar molecule. There are three phosphate bonds. These are phosphate bonds. Three phosphate. This is first
Yeah.
one. This one is first phosphate. Wait, this one PO4. This is first. Then this is second phosphate. Then this is third phosphate. Okay. That is why I have
Okay.
written triphosphate. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Triphosphate. You have triphosphate and you have adenosine sugar. This whole is known
Yeah.
as adenosine. Okay. Why it is known as adenosine? Because you have this adenine group. This is you will study this in advanced level. At this, you just know
Okay.
that you have in ATP you have three things basically. You have firstly adenine.
The sugar.
Now this is not sugar. And you have ribose sugar. This is sugar. This is sugar molecule, right? And adenine is a nucleic acid. This is a nucleic acid.
Okay.
Okay. And then you have phosphate groups. Okay, PO4, you have three phosphate groups. PO4 2 minus. Here,
Mm-hmm.
the phosphate group. These three things make one ATP molecule. Okay, and whenever you have
Yeah.
glucose molecule, one glucose will yield almost 34 to 36 ATP. Okay, there is, I can show you the, just for your information how this happens, like glycolysis and
Okay.
ATP. There are many complex images. I can just show you for an idea what happens actually. Okay, yeah, this one. If you see this, I told you that you have glucose from the food, you have glucose, but that glucose your cells cannot use. So what will happen? This glucose will convert. Okay, there are so many reactions which will happen in the body. There are so many reactions. Mm, and yeah, if you see this reaction, in the first reaction, this is glucose molecule. This will form 2 ATP over here and it will convert into pyruvate. Then there is 4 ATPs, then there is 4 ATPs in the next reaction. In the next reaction, you will get 6 ATPs, 2 ATPs, 18 ATPs, 4 ATPs from just one glucose
Mm.
molecule. Remember this thing. This happens in our body.
Yeah.
So from one glucose molecule, you get 36 ATP molecules. Okay.
Yeah.
Whenever you have food, in your food, in your food, you have many glucose molecules, right? Like the carbohydrate, when whatever carbohydrate you are taking in that carbohydrate there will be many glucose molecules and those
Yeah.
glucose molecules if you talk about one glucose molecule in one glucose molecule from one glucose molecule you will get 36 ATPs. Okay, and if
Yeah.
you break one ATP, if you break one ATP you will get 7.4 kilocalories energy. Okay, one ATP molecule when you break it, when your body break it. Okay, like, and how it will be broken
Yeah.
down? You have basically, I told you there is adenosine, there is ribose sugar, there is adenine group, and there are three phosphates. Okay, there are three phosphates like this. So every time when a phosphate bond will break, your cell will get energy. Okay, so this will break, then this will break, then this will break. So this is how you get energy. Are you getting my point? We started from glucose. So
Yeah.
we can think about this like we are taking food, how we are getting that energy from the food. You can see whenever you have food cans like the tin cans, you can check on the ingredient side. They write the energy as well about the ingredients. Check that and
Mm-hmm.
then tell me in the next class. Like if you have anything like the jam, maybe on the jam bottle, you will see
Okay.
there will be written about the different things and they have mentioned the kilocalories of the energy like this ingredient will provide this much energy and this ingredient will provide this much energy. Okay, and
Mm-hmm.
7.4 kilocalories of energy for one, let me confirm this, one ATP energy for energy on breakage of. 1 ATP. Yeah, as a whole, yeah. For one bond, you get 7.4 kilocalories of energy. Like when one phosphate bond will break. When one phosphate bond will
Mm-hmm.
break, you will get 7.4 kilocalories of energy, right? And when the second bond will break,
Yeah.
same you will get 7.4 and there will be 7.4. So as a whole, if you add all these, so you will get uh, 50 to 60 kilojoules of energy from one ATP molecule. So you know how this
Mm-hmm.
process is occurring in our body. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created the things and those things are providing us energy. Even
Yeah.
we just even from one slice of the bread you can get a lot of energy. But we cannot create that energy even if we spend a month in the industry. So this is all because
Mm-hmm.
we cannot make things in the industry at this level, just like the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has done. Even though the scientists telling the things, but it is not the case. Are you clear with this? But,
Yeah.
okay. One more thing. This was ATP, right? This was ATP. So when one
Yeah.
phosphate will break down, then it will become ADP, adenosine diphosphate. Initially, it was adenosine triphosphate. Now it will become adenosine
Mm-hmm.
diphosphate. When diphosphate will form when you have uh, break down one phosphate. So now you have two phosphate molecules. You see, now there are two phosphate molecules in this. That is why it is known as adenosine diphosphate. Okay,
Yeah.
and if you remove one phosphate from this ADP, what will you get? Adenosine monophosphate. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
adenosine monophosphate. So this is how the cycle continues. And after this ultimately, when this phosphate will be loose, this whole molecule will be broken down and you will get the energy. So this whole will give you about 60 kilocalories of energy from just one ATP molecule. Okay, from just one ATP molecule, you are getting. Okay, I can multiply it with three because this was for one bond breakage.
Mm-hmm.
Are you clear or should I repeat this?
No, it's fine. I got it.
Okay, can you tell me what is how we get energy from the food
By the ATP.
by the ATP? So what is the process behind this? Firstly, what happens when you intake any food, any kind of food?
It breaks down and goes into the stomach.
Okay, and it will be digested first. Okay,
Yeah.
and let in this example we have talked about the carbohydrate. We will discuss different things as well in the next classes. Initially, if you have taken carbohydrate and from that carbohydrate you are making firstly your stomach will digest that carbohydrate and you will get glucose. In your stomach now glucose is present. What will happen next?
Then
Hmm.
it will give the O2.
Or do? How?
Yeah.
Yeah, the
And
glucose will combine with oxygen, right? Yes.
yeah, yeah, and then it will give ATP.
Yes.
Then ATP.
There will be different reactions. There will be you will study this in AS inshallah. In
Inshallah.
different reactions, you will get the 36 total ATPs from just one glucose molecule. So this is the energy cycle.
Mm-hmm.
This happens. And then, yeah, taking in oxygen and removing carbon dioxide is the process of breathing. Simple breathing, if you talk about the breathing, that means taking in oxygen and giving carbon dioxide out. That is breathing. But when we talk about
Yeah.
respiration, in respiration there are two things. Okay. Firstly, this is known as This is one type of respiration, and the second type of respiration was this. This is also known as respiration, but this is cellular respiration. Okay, remember this one. This is known as
Mm-hmm.
cellular respiration. Okay,
Yeah.
and this one is a different kind of respiration in which you have this is happening in the plants as well. Okay, what are the two types of reaction which occur in the plants? How they get energy?
Uh, uh, which in the plants the two reactions?
Hmm.
One
The
one is
how they get energy? Do we provide
like
them energy? Yeah, yeah. The photosynthesis and respiration. Okay.
photosynthesis
Photosynthesis, what they get?
by energy, light energy, and food.
Hmm. They get the glucose. Basically, I can
Yeah.
write it over here. When we talk about the photosynthesis, in basically in photosynthesis, the plants, you don't give them the food. They make their own food. Plants are autotrophs. You know the autotrophs and heterotrophs, the terminology. Plants are
Mm-hmm.
autotrophs. Auto means they can generate their own food. Okay. While animals are like the human beings, all the animals are heterotrophs. They cannot make their own food. They need
Yeah.
to rely on different things. Okay. Now I was talking about the
Mm-hmm.
photosynthesis. When we talk about photosynthesis, you have carbon dioxide, okay, and water. The plants, they get
Okay.
carbon dioxide from the air and water from the soil, and they convert this into glucose. Okay, this is glucose molecule.
Mm-hmm.
They convert it into glucose molecule and oxygen. So this oxygen
Yes.
we use this oxygen. This is photosynthesis, and respiration is opposite to this. In respiration, what happens is
Mm-hmm.
that the glucose molecule will be broken down. Okay, the glucose molecule will be
Yeah.
broken down, and you will get the carbon dioxide and water. Clear?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So this is what I was asking you, that in plants there is photosynthesis as well as respiration happening at the same time. Okay, but the photosynthesis
Yeah.
happen in the daytime, but and respiration happen 24 hours in plants.
Yeah.
Okay, and in our body there